Today on the channel, we reach deep into the vault for the Death Triangle Jazwares AEW Vault exclusive.
And the spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel as we dive into the vault once again, the Jazwares vault that is, for the Death Triangle 3-pack. But of course, for all your Death Triangle 3-pack needs, make sure you're hitting up the Jazwares vault. Maybe in a month from now, I don't know, what is time, what is days, what is years? Maybe Ringside Collectibles. Use discount code Kyle. Save yourself 10%, as we've seen a lot of these go to Ringside about a month later. So be on the lookout for that if that is your thing. And of course, we're going to do this review like we do all the other reviews on the channel. We're going to take a look at the packaging. We're going to talk about it. We're going to unbox it. We're going to talk about it. We're going to see where it goes from there in an interesting pack here. Possibly the most dangerous triangle since the Bermuda Triangle. Watch out for that Bermuda Triangle. It'll get you, especially if you're in a plane or a boat. But the Death Triangle, of course, what was that? The 6-man tag champs? I don't even know what they call it anymore over there. It gets confusing. But the 6-man titles are in this set for the first time, making a lot of belt collectors, a lot of people wanting to get in here because, let's be honest, Pac, Rey Fenix, and Penta, we've had numerous figures in the Jazwares line. So maybe not as exciting as it would have been a while back before we had so many of those figures. But some new title belts, some new stuff, and some fancy packaging really, gets people on the edge and gets people to put that money out there, as we do know. And I do feel like we're paying a little bit extra in this set for the packaging and maybe the new title belt as well, because this set is a little bit more expensive than your traditional just 3 separate figures. So take that into account as well as you're picking these up. But let's dive into it. Let's start with the outer shipping box. Gotta say, I don't know if anybody has had damaged figures from the Jazwares vault, and it wasn't their fault if they did, because you get your big shipping box, then you get a box over this, then you get this box, which we got going on right here, Death Triangle. Nothing too fancy here, just a cardboard box. Put some spin on it and see you later, goodbye. So you get that box, then you get this box to protect over the top as well. So once again, Death Triangle. What is this limited to? 1 of 3,000, and there's 9 pieces in here, and it is number 141. Absolutely hate that. Shouldn't even be numbered at all if you ask me. But it does say 141. But you got kind of a triangular box. How fitting is that? But beautiful shot of the 3 guys in celebration. Just 3 chums, 3 best friends, and they personally signed this for me. Maybe not. Maybe they're on all of them. But we got that going on right there. But very, very cool. You just slide this little slip case right over the top like so. See you later. Goodbye. And you get a little triangular pack. And this pack reminds me a lot of San Diego Comic-Con exclusive. Was like 2015. Once again, what is time? I don't know. What is it? But there was that Marvel Legends San Diego Comic-Con exclusive. It was kind of the Asgard pack. Very similar to this, where it all kind of rolled together like so. So very cool. It splits off like this. Very nice. Big window boxes. Unfortunately, I guess fortunately, I am going to open this up, but I do have hands that have got loose. You can hear them in there. Very annoying. It'd be horrible if you're a Min on card collector, Min on box collector of this, because the hands are loose, but I'm opening it up. I'm taking one for the team. That's what you got to do from time to time. But looking good as far as the window box. Big windows. Be cool to get this autographed. Not sure if you just display it like this, I guess. You got all the 3 individuals' names right down there at the bottom. And then on the back, you get the Death Triangle and the pictures once again. You do get the 1 of 3,000 sticker on there as well, right on the front of the bubble here. But very, very cool looking packaging. Different packaging design. And one thing about Jazwares is they are right at the top of packaging development. We see it with a lot of Ringside exclusives. We see it with this one. Some great packaging material for you Min on box collectors, which we know Jazwares, Jeremy Padawer, of course, leading the charge over there. They are very adult focused, and Mattel is as well, but Mattel also catering to kids, where it seems like Jazwares, and obviously who buys their figures, more adults, late teens, whatever you want to call it. I think they're comparing to those marketplace a little bit better maybe than Mattel does with some of the packaging design. And Mattel blows it out of the water on a lot of stuff. But Jazwares is very forward-thinking, leading the charge in packaging design in a lot of ways. But this is an interesting set, but I'm going to take it offline, get all 3 of these guys out of the package. We'll be back talking all things Death Triangle. All right, we got the Death Triangle out of the package here. Let's dive in. I guess let's go Masked Man first. then no mask, then mask. Let's really mix it up. The exciting things we do here on the channel. And we're going to start with Rey Fenix, the guy that lost his hand out of the package there. We got old Rey looking like a Rey could look if he wasn't Mysterio Jr., of course, as we do know. But we got Rey Fenix here. A great guy. I met him briefly like 10 years ago. Once again, what is time? It is always confusing to me. It was at the Waterloo Pro Wrestling Hall of Fame. All shout out to the George Thragos Luthez Hall of Fame. Easy for me to say. See you later. I met him in Penta there many moons ago. Two guys, salt of the earth. Salt of the earth there. A little bit of spice. A little bit of spice, too. Let's be honest there. But we got a little twist tie locking it in. Or not a twist tie, a rubber band. And there it is. We get old Rey Fenix. Let's look through the accessories here with old Rey. And we're going to start with these hands. We got the opposite hands of what we have on there. So we do get a gripping hand, and we do got the old finger pointing, the old shootout, bam, bam, bam. One of those hands going on. You got the wrappings on there, as usual, and a little hand tattoo action. Always dangerous to get those hand tattoos, as we do know. But here it is for the first time ever, a little title belt action. You know we're here for this. World Trios Champion. I couldn't remember. 6-man tag. I'm going back to the WCW days. But it is the Trios Championship belt. First time in the line. We're here for that. Looking pretty good. Don't see any faulties. I'm not a huge stickler for belts, as you guys know over the years. I don't know every detail of the belt, but looks like the World Trios Champion to me because it says it right there in the front. So we do get that, and we're going to see that again in this very unboxing. But now let's dive into old Rey Fenix here. And, of course, Masked Man, looking a little bit like Mr. Lucha Lit himself is what he reminds me of here. Almost like a cat mask on there. But looking very interesting. Looking nice. Got a little bit of pouty lips there. Looking very cool. A little cross at the top. Little ears. A lot of paint apps on this one. And for the most part, looking pretty clean. No issues with the paint apps on the mask. Very, very detailed there. Now, of course, chest tattoos, arm tattoos, they're all there. I say it almost all the time. It feels like AEW roster is the most tattooed roster in wrestling history, and Jazwares always has their work cut out for them in the old tattoo department, but looking pretty good. Once again, I don't get a magnifying glass up to the TV and say, hey, turn around, Phoenix. I want to see that back tattoo a little closer. Don't have any of that going on. We do got the wrist tape there. Beautiful white pants down your pants. Well, I guess there's white in the pants, but boots into the knee pads. Looking very nice, very clean, especially with that gold, making it look extra classy. Once again, a lot of detail here in the tights. Looking very, very nice for old Rey Fenix here. No issues with this figure as far as things go. Of course, arms go all the way around for him. Bicep cut. Double jointed, pinned elbows. Oh my gosh, what are we doing? Jeremy Padour, are you on the couch? Oh no, unfortunately, no Jeremy Padour on the couch here today. I wish, that'd be great. But hands back and forth, side to side, hula hoop, waist, big old splits if you need them. Legs go up, thigh cut, double jointed, knees not pinless once again, boot cut, ankles back and forth, side to side, up and down. So the usual AEW Jazwares articulation right here, but a nice clean figure, a very cool looking figure. It just always does give me kind of the Rey Mysterio vibes as far as the tattoos, the masks and things. He's got that Rey Mysterio charm to him, where his brother Penta, a little bit darker, but I think Phoenix, you know, with the right push, the right gimmick, I think he could almost be a modern day Rey Mysterio. I'll bet a little bit taller as we do know, but he does fit, hopefully, on a ringside collectible Jazwares stand. There it is. Fits on the stand. All right. We're here for that. Fits pretty good. But now I'm going to break my own rule. I'm going to go Masked Man again because masks and tattoos, they got my heart. I'm going over to Penta. I'm going to Penta again. We got the yin and yang, a lot darker of a character. At least to me, he is. I do like Penta. I like both Lucha Brothers. Just feels kind of like they always are kind of just in place. They're not really doing anything. It feels like they're never going anywhere. They're just kind of always there or out injured, as we do see with both of them. But it feels like they could do more, and maybe they will. And I think I read something the other day. Penta might have his contract up very soon, so who knows? Maybe he'll go to TNA, maybe the WWE, maybe Game Changer Wrestling. Who knows what he'll be up to? He's a mystery man, especially behind that mask, as we do know. But we do get the rubber bands around here on him, and it is locked in there big time. Let's cut that. I got the scissors at the ready, scissors at the point. Let's get that out of there. All right, let's get him going. Once again, you get the Trios belt. Oh, man, very deformed on the, oh, man, that rubber band really did a number here on the little pegs. They're all folded in, and we do know the Jazwares stuff, they do not clip in there as easy as we would like them to be. A little difficult in the clasping of the belt, and even Mattel has some issues from time to time. That's one thing. We got to figure out how to get these belts on and off very, very easily. But you got the Trios belt once again, so we've seen that with Rey. Now we see it with him. We'll see it with Pac as well. We get hands here. We got a fist of Penta Fury, and we get a gripping hand. You know I'm here for that. Wrapped up in the black hand tape there, and then you get to the hands here. He's throwing up the gang signs, of course. The Zero Marrow, he's doing that all day long. We know how Zero Marrow, he's doing that. And then we got the gloved hand on the other side, looking pretty cool with the white against the black. So some good enough hands here, but it definitely feels like Penta. We've had Penta over the years a few times. I do like that old school black and white Penta. I believe that was the first one we ever got. This kind of has a little of that charm there. But instead of black and white, it is black and silver. But it does look really, really good. You look at the head sculpt here. Big mask going on with face paint. Mask, face paint, that's the ultimate combination right there. Looking very good. Got a nice throwing star right there in his forehead. All kinds of ornate details. Almost like a young great Sasuke in the mask department. But definitely looking cool. Love the contacts. Always giving it the creepy vibe. And then once again, you get down to the tattoos. Tattoos all over the place. Working that Jazwares team over. They're always having to work those tattoos. But looking good. He does got an Eternia loincloth type thing. No fur, though. But he has got one of those going on that does move out of the way, but is not removable. So you do have that. And then you got the Zero on the back, like a baseball jersey is what it almost looks like. Got the old Zero there, and then you got the silver black attack like I was talking about. Huge Raiders fan. Who knew he loved the Raiders? I liked the Raiders back when they were in Oakland. Come on, where's the Oakland A's? And they're going to Vegas. I know. Maybe we'll talk about that. We'll pour our heart out on the channel in the future about that. We'll see what happens. Articulation, we don't need to go through. It's the exact same as his brother, same as Pac, so we already know the articulation on these guys. Black knee pads going on, a little bit of dragon kind of look over here. Kind of reminds me of a little dragon flying through there. And then you got the white and black attack on the shoes, of course. He should fit on a ringside Jazwares stand. What do you know? Fits on the stand. He's ready to go. He's ready to defend that Trios title with his brothers and his best friend. And that which leads us to Pac over here. Just the salt of the earth. Or an angry guy, a miserable guy. An interesting character nonetheless. But there's old Pac, and he's got 2 title belts. We'll dive into that here in a second. Of course, the former Neville in WWE. We got a few figures from him in the Neville game. It's always weird to see him like backstage and like things back in the WWE days where he looks like one way when he wrestles, then he's always got like glasses and stuff and just looks kind of like a dork in backstage. See you later. I wouldn't say that to his face though. I'd say, oh man, you're the salt of the earth right there. But very interesting looking on him. But it looks like we got a new head sculpt on him as well, so we're here for that. He's got the Trios title belt. We knew that. We've seen that already. But now, once again, we're going international. He's got that international title. And boy, AEW's got a lot of title belts, as we do know. We got more here, but 2 belts with Pac here. Always interesting. I mean, that was a big, big deal that just didn't happen very often back when I was a kid, back in the olden times, the 80s and 90s. People didn't have 2 title belts at the same time, and if they ever did, it was just wild. It was a power move if there ever was one. Kind of like all these rubber bands all over him. But it was very interesting. But nowadays, we got a lot of wrestlers that have multiple belts all the time. Remember Ultimo Dragon, that famous look in the 90s, him holding all those title belts. That was just unheard of, it always felt like, at least for me when I was a kid. But now, here we are, guys holding 2, 3 titles at the same time, just like it's no thing. The novelty is not there like it used to be, I will say that. But looking good. So we got the Trios title. We know all about that. We've talked about that. The old international title looking very international because it has all those flags on the front. And nothing says international like a flag. AEW, all that usual stuff. And I think, didn't we see this title belt with Orange Cassidy and that Amazon exclusive 4-pack? Might have been the first time we saw this belt. Very blocky belt, too. Looks like something out of Mid-South back in the day. But an interesting one. Belt collectors, they love getting their belts. Now another chance to get that belt. It'd be interesting if we ever have another chance to get the Trios title belt in the future. Maybe with the Gun Club down the line. That could happen. Maybe the Ring of Honor ones as well. We'll see what happens there. Now getting down to Pac. He's got 2 fists of Pac Fury because Pac, he's a high flyer, but he'll punch you in the mouth if you're not careful. So watch out for that. But then we get old Pac, and unfortunately, he's the plainest Janest of the bunch right here. Just a guy in trunks and black shoes, black boots, black knee pads, and that's about it. So there's not a lot going on with Pac here. Nice that he got a new head sculpt with that kind of whispery hair all over the front, shaved around the sides. An interesting look against that beard. Got the bicep wraps there as well in the tape, and then wrist tape around the wrist. 2 gripping hands out of the package. I'm probably going to move him to the 2 fists of fury. But it looks good. It looks like Pac. A little needs a little bit of something between the face and the hair, I would say, though. It just feels a little too, like it needs to be out a little bit more. It almost feels like it's painted straight down. I don't even know what I'm trying to describe, but I would have liked to see a little bit more texture in there. I don't even know if that's the right word, but you'll just have to play along. Just play along. But looking good as far as things are considered here. I would know this is Pac if somebody handed me this. And of course, as I mentioned, going to be the same articulation as his brother in here, right here, the Trios champion. They all got the same articulation from Jazwares, as we do know. He should fit on a ringside collectible stand like the rest of his friends, and what do you know? Fits good on the stand as well. So the Death Triangle riding on once again. I do got a couple extra versions of Pac here. I like the different versions. I like his increasing tanner skin too. He was very pale from the grave at first, and then he tanned up a little bit, and now we're here. So we've got 3 different head sculpts. Really, I think 4. The first one was pretty rough. That's why I like the one with the hair down. Kind of helps this figure out a little bit. I really do like this one a whole lot, and I believe he also might have had another one, so maybe 5 head sculpts total, because he had the one with the eye patch, and everybody loves a pirate. We know how that goes. I might have to use that somewhere along the way as well. We do got multiples of him, and I'm not even bringing all my Pentas and Rey Fenixes out. There's too many. But here's that Penta black and white one I was talking about. Very similar vibes to the silver and black attack over here. Very, very fun. And then, of course, Rey Fenix, very similar once again, but this one has a nice soft goods jacket. Love a good soft goods jacket, especially when they don't stain the figure, as we know. But these guys, no stranger to the Jazwares, unmatched, unrivaled, and even Supreme line over the last couple of years. So 3 figures that we knew we needed. Then this set's an interesting one. A lot of people buying it for the trios belts, of course, and the figures a little bit, and then the International Championship. But the packaging seems to be the biggest thing on this one, especially for the mid-on-box collectors, I would imagine. But the price point, a little steeper than I would like on this one. So hopefully that's not a sign of things to come. Would really like this, maybe about $10 cheaper than it was. But that's me. It's up to your own wallet, of course. And at the end of the day, we all got to vote with our wallet. We know that by now. So there it is, the old Death Triangle. What are your guys' thoughts? Pickups, passes, long games, no games, not sure games? Let me know in the comments down below. And of course, you made it this far. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to this channel and my other YouTube channel. And don't forget about the Patreon link in the description down below. You can sign up to be a free member even if you want to. But we do got all kinds of stuff over there every single day, including early access to all the videos and your best way to support the channel. You can also support the channel at PetersonTees.com. Search Kyle Peterson. And don't forget social media, SirPaul64 on the X, the _Kyle_Peterson on Threads, and on Instagram. So for Death Triangle, I'm Kyle. See you guys all real soon.